I'm just temporarily blind, you know? I'm not deaf, and my other senses are working. Said it's not too bad. 2 days of rest should do it. What do I have to hide? That I'm terminally ill and plan to die alone, and my last wish is to see you one more time? My doctor wrote down how and when to take these medications on my prescription. Told me to have my family member read it for me. I can't see. Aren't you going to hold my hand and guide me? I just called a cab and told the driver to drive me here. After getting out of the cab, I caught hold of a kind passerby, told him I couldn't see, and had him take me to the ophthalmology department. Maybe I just didn't want you to freak out and annoy the doctors with your screaming. Take me home. I'm tired. Pulled one too many late-nighters. It's pretty normal. 2 days. Over there. Nah, quite the opposite. I haven't found any inspiration for this piece. It's been 2 days, and I've made no real progress. No wonder why I haven't been able to get the color I want. My eyes weren't working right. My eye doctor said it's likely going to happen again, and worst case scenario, I could lose my sight forever. Are you searching my symptoms online? I heard you flipping through my medical records. Well, what does it say? I'll treat you to steak. How about it? Well, isn't that part of your responsibility as my bodyguard? Oh, did I accidentally wake you up? I can't help it. Inspiration usually hits me at night. Since you're awake, come lend me a hand. I can't see, so I need someone to mix the colors for me. First, I'm looking for a dark cobalt blue, the kind that resembles the color of my marble floor. Blend cerulean blue into black, and if it looks too dark, add a bit of zinc white. Looking for deep emerald green. Think of a lake shimmering under sunlight. Mix a generous amount of ultramarine, some sap green, and a dab of Indian yellow. I can't. There's no such thing as precision in art. Just like you, colors have emotions too. When you're happy, your eyes have a warm glow. When you're being stubborn, you clench your fists so hard they turn red. I can't see those colors now, but I can feel them with my heart. For example, I think now you must have your face covered in paint. I won't give you the chance. Do you yield now? I guess it's not really midnight now, is it? You wouldn't be talking this loudly if it were. If I lose my sight one day, I'll be counting on you to see the world for me. So it doesn't matter if you can't get the exact color. I choose to trust your eyes. Hey, there's still work to be done. Let's get going. Next, a rich shade of purple, the color of wild pansies. Perhaps it's because darkness was all that I could see while painting it. Perhaps once you see the darkness, you can never unsee it. Let's head out there and see the world together.